Today's Love This Way show is brought to you by The Club. The Club is a safe space I curated just for you. There's tips, challenges, downloads, ebooks, journals, coloring books. Just all you need to help you to succeed in your relationship endeavors. The best part? Each tier comes with free coaching sessions with me. So if you've been wanting to book a session with me but couldn't quite afford it yet, join a club and save hundreds. The coaching sessions alone are reason enough to join. With tiers starting at only $37 a month, you don't want to miss this opportunity. Visit shaliavinny.com, choose the membership level of your choice, and go to your calendar and book your free session. I can't wait to connect more with you. And make sure you mention Love This Way sent you. Hello and welcome to the Love This Way podcast, the show that exists to help men and women to be better at love. Never any gender wars, back and forth, or nonsense. Just great tips to help you find and sustain the love of your dreams. Because love is a journey and you need direction. So get ready because each episode we're going to be talking about our real life issues, answering tough questions, and building solid relationships with one another as we heal, learn, and grow. I'm your host, your girl, Dr. Shalia Vinny, and on today's show, we're going to talk about the new year, new love standards, red flags, and we're going to work on your love audit for 2025. You don't want to miss this one. Hey babies, welcome back to another episode. Now, the new year marks a season of renewal, a time to leave behind what no longer serves us and step boldly into what does. But in relationships, how often do we carry old patterns, lingering doubts, or ignored red flags into a fresh year? It's not just about starting over, it's about starting better. So today we're doing a deep dive into two essential topics for your love life in 2025, identifying the red flags that keep us stuck in toxic cycles and performing a love audit to make sure you're walking into the new year with clarity and confidence. So by the end of this episode, you're not only going to know what to look out for, but also how to build a roadmap to the love you deserve. So grab a notebook, sit back, and let's get intentional about love this year. Now let's be honest, red flags are not always waving in our faces. Sometimes they're subtle. Sometimes we see them but choose to rationalize them away. And sometimes they evolve with the times. Relationships are changing, and so are the warning signs we need to recognize. So here are the red flags to watch for in 2025 and why they matter. Number one, I want to start with breadcrumbing in the digital age. What is it? This is when they give you just enough attention to keep you hooked, but never invest fully. Why is it dangerous? Because this keeps you in a cycle of waiting, hoping, and settling for crumbs instead of a full meal. How do you spot it? You're going to look for inconsistent communication, promises of plans that never happen, or superficial connections that never deepen. Number two, performative healing. Oh, what is it? They claim to be working on themselves. They maybe even talk about therapy or self-growth, but their actions don't match their words. Why is this a problem? Because this can keep you stuck waiting for someone to become the partner they say that they're trying to be. How do you spot it? You're going to ask yourself, are they truly growing or are they using this as an excuse to avoid accountability? Number three, weaponized vulnerability. Oh, what is it? They share personal pain or struggles, but use it as a tool to manipulate or avoid accountability. Why it's toxic? Because vulnerability should foster intimacy, not become a weapon for guilt tripping or deflecting blame. How do you spot it? If their vulnerability feels like it's being used to control the narrative or to dismiss your feelings, that's the red flag. Number four, social media facades. What is it? This is when they're more focused on curating the image of a perfect relationship online than actually nurturing it offline. Why does this matter? Because healthy relationships thrive in authenticity, not in staged perfection. How do you spot this one? If you feel like the relationship is a performance for others, you need to pay attention. Red flags evolve, and so do we. So recognizing these modern day signs is the first step toward protecting your emotional well-being. But spotting them isn't easy. You need to understand how they relate to your patterns. Now, red flags rarely ever operate in isolation. The truth is, sometimes we see them and choose to ignore them. Sometimes we're drawn to them without even realizing it. The love audit is about going deeper, examining your past relationships, and understanding why certain dynamics keep repeating. So let's break it down. Number one, we need to start with identifying recurring patterns. You should be asking yourself, do I keep attracting the same type of person? Am I drawn to people who are emotionally unavailable or who need fixing? Then you need to dig deeper. Often these patterns aren't random. They're tied to unhealed wounds from your past. Maybe you're recreating dynamics from your childhood, seeking validation or avoiding intimacy by choosing partners who can't meet your needs. Why does this matter? Because until you understand the why, you're going to keep repeating the what. You need to, number two, examine the trauma that you're carrying. Where does it come from? Is it from the relationship you're currently in, or are you bringing unresolved pain from your past into new relationships? How it shows up is fear of abandonment, trust issues, or overcompensating in relationships. Now, why does this matter? Because unhealed trauma becomes the lens through which you see your relationships, and it can distort what you accept and expect. Number three, I want you to evaluate what you've tolerated. Write down the red flags or behaviors you've ignored in past relationships and then reflect on why you stayed. Were you afraid of being alone? Did you feel you didn't deserve better? You need to ask yourself these questions. And then number four, finally, I want you to define a new standard. Create a list of what you want in a relationship, qualities, values, and boundaries that align with your true needs. This isn't about avoiding red flags. It's about actively seeking green ones. The love audit isn't about shaming yourself. It's about clarity. It's about seeing your patterns, understanding your needs, and deciding what you'll no longer accept. Hey friend, make sure you check out shaliavinny.com. You can join a club there. You can book one-on-one coaching sessions with me. You can buy my books there. Oh, and you can get free advice from me now. Go to shaliavinny.com, click the free advice tab, and go ahead and submit your question. I will be answering those questions on my social medias, so make sure you do that because you don't want to miss out. Love you guys. So we've been discussing red flags and the relationship audit that you're going to be doing. But now I want to shift the focus to what truly matters, your roadmap to healthier love in 2025. Because reflection without action leads to stagnation. So once you've identified the red flags and reflected on your patterns, it's time to put what you've learned into practice. So let's talk about how to move forward with purpose and confidence. Number one, you're going to commit to your non-negotiables. Write down 3 to 5 boundaries or deal breakers that you'll hold firm to in any relationship. For example, I will no longer tolerate inconsistent communication or emotional manipulation. Number 2, I want you to heal before you date. If you've identified unresolved trauma, commit to working through it. This could mean therapy, journaling, or self-reflection. Healthy relationships require two whole people, not two halves trying to complete each other. Be intentional about dating. Number 3, stop dating based on potential. Look for alignment, shared values, emotional maturity, and mutual effort. Slow down because rushing into relationships often leads to ignoring the red flags. And number 4, I want you to trust yourself again because rebuilding trust in yourself is key. You need to learn to listen to your intuition and honor your needs without second guessing yourself again. And last but not least, number 5, I want you to create a relationship vision board. You have a vision board for everything else you want in life. Why not for the love you desire and deserve? Write it down and make it plain. What do you want in your next partner? What will your boundaries be? How will you weed through the red flags? Write it all down. Be intentional and specific. We are not looking for perfect people, so don't go writing about height, weight, looks, and bank accounts. That's your problem. You're always focused on the superficial. I want you to dive deeper. Who are they where it counts? Morals, integrity, faith, etc. A healthy relationship starts with you. By committing to healing, setting boundaries, and being intentional, you're going to create the space for the love you truly deserve. As we step into 2025, I want you to let this be the year that you say no to anything that diminishes your worth and yes to the love that aligns with your highest self. Red flags may be unavoidable, but how you respond to them is within your control. Reflect, heal, and set a new standard for the relationships you allow into your life. And if you're carrying unhealed wounds, take the time to tend to them, because the love you attract will always be a reflection of the love you give yourself. Here's to a new year filled with clarity, confidence, and the kind of love that makes you better, not broken. Until next time, take care of yourself, honor your growth, and keep your heart open to the love you deserve. Now, if you need more help, you can always go to shaliavinny.com and book a one-on-one session with me. I love you, and I'm rooting for you always. Today's show was brought to you by The Club. Please rate the show on your favorite streaming platform, share it with one person who you think needs to hear it, and ask them to do the same. Remember to never stop showing up for yourself and the love you desire to have. Good, better, best. Don't you ever let it rest till your good is better and your better is best. Until next time, your friend and relationship strategist, Dr. Shalia. Bye.